John Burgess. This is Pastor Marc Wymore. We're good friends from Life Bible College, and we're down here, downtown San Diego.
We're here.
Yes, on the wrong side of the tracks. It looks like. Is that what's going on?
No, I think we're in the right
we're in
side.
the right side of the
right
track.
Side of the track.
Yes, exactly. So we're kind of picking off last week's Thursday thoughts in Jeremiah 29:7. God tells us we're living in Babylon, right? And we are called to work for the peace and the prosperity of our city, and to pray for the welfare of our city as it determines our own welfare. And there's few people that I know that are doing this better than you guys. You guys planted here 5 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit of the challenge of planting in the city.
Yeah, we had done ministry in the suburbs pretty much our whole life. Lived in
Right.
the suburbs, grew up in the suburbs. But the Lord birthed really a vision in our hearts for the city of downtown. And I was on the U.S. Midway looking over the city, and the Lord said, I'm building a battleship downtown. So that was 6 years ago. We moved here, and we've been building in the city, for the city. And it's just completely different. Yeah, back in the day, like, we would do the YMCA. We would be on all of the elementary, junior high schools.
Right,
doing
when you're in the
ministry.
suburbs, you can do that.
You can do that.
Yeah.
You go to the YMCA, meet the same people. But the city, we showed up with 30,000 flyers to let people know about our church. And as you realize, in the city, it's condos that you need a key fob.
Yeah.
And my team is texting me, we can't get into any of these buildings.
What are we supposed to do with these
What
flyers?
do we do?
Yeah.
And so in the suburbs, you have blocks of miles of homes. In the city, the city doesn't go like this. The city goes like this.
Right.
And so we're called to be missionaries down here. And you know, the story of Israel entering into Babylon, he says, hey, I want you to be amongst the people. And we know that Babylon had other use of bringing the Israelites in. But the reality is, God said, I'm going to use what's in you to really affect the people and inspire the people. And so he says, love their food, live amongst them, come down. And there's no better food than downtown in the city.
Dude,
we love the food.
You need to introduce me, man. I just got here. You got to show me where to go.
We got you.
Okay.
And he just says to love the people.
Yeah.
And so we've been doing that for the last 5 years.
Yeah. There's a train.
Let's go.
You don't see those in San Marcos. And so what, for those who are watching, whether they're in San Marcos from the Father's house or whether they're just watching from any different city, what are some of the prayers that you pray over this city when you're driving in, when you're driving around? I mean, right down the street, we've got a line going around the corner, right outside of your offices for COVID tests.
Yeah.
We've got what's going on at Petco right now, the massive COVID tests, sheltering the homeless. You're dealing with things down here at a larger scale than most of us deal with where it is that we're living.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you pray that we can join you in?
Yeah. I think the idea of to know and be known in the city. That's why we lived here long before we ever planted here, because we just asked a lot of questions. And we've got the amazing opportunity to do life in these high-rise buildings.
Yeah.
Getting missionaries on every floor for every building.
I love that.
So we're praying for influence in the townhomes, in the condos, in the apartment life, and then business owners.
Yeah.
We want to know business owners' names. We want to keep showing up at the same place and meet their needs. So we're partnering with Big Table, and we're partnering with a lot of people to reach the city. It's just more challenging for connectivity, especially right now. 40,000 homeless people living in the county of San Diego. Many of them are downtown.
Wow.
And so we know we're not necessarily called to build a housing for them, but we're going to partner with people who are.
Right.
And so
those
we're
divine
praying.
partnerships, both
Yeah.
with nonprofits, and they're not necessarily Christian groups,
Right.
but they're already doing a good job in reaching the area.
Yeah.
And so you're partnering with them instead of reinventing the wheel.
Yeah.
It's really wise.
And then we just, the church is 5 years old. We just bought a building down the street. So it's a 21,000 square foot church, 100 years old. And so we're in construction right now. And we feel like this is not the vision of the church. The building was never the vision. But a church building now gives us availability to fulfill the vision.
Yeah.
And that's help people in the city belong and believe.
Yeah. And so you're actually going to get to hear more about this, whether you're joining the Father's house online or in person. Mark's going to be there this weekend to lead worship. So stoked to have you there.
Yeah.
Our first time getting to do that together in a long time.
Yeah.
And you're going to actually find out how we can partner with Soul Church and what they're doing downtown here in San Diego, both on an individual basis and as a church. And I just want to encourage each and every one of you guys, just like them, don't give up. Even when there's all kinds of distractions, even when there's so much noise in 2021 telling you you're not going to be able to change anything, you're not going to be able to get the gospel out. What I've been so impressed with you and Bethany and your team is that instead of the vision getting smaller in the worldwide pandemic, instead of it getting more careful and more calculated, your vision is actually expanding, which is just, I think, exactly what God wants us to do. Right now there's a whole lot of the sky is falling mentality, but I feel like for Christians in Babylon, God is saying, nope, the sky's the limit for those willing to take a risk with me.
We say risk it for the biscuit. That's how we say it.
I love that. Yeah. And now I want a biscuit, so Let's go get one.
Let's go eat.
All right. We'll see you guys this weekend. Thanks, Mark, for your time. God bless.